Hello lovelies, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. My name is Candy, and here in the doll room I talk all things dolls and doll collecting. Now today I've got a thrift haul for you, which is my very favourite type of video to make, and I thought I would do, as I show you the haul, a little chat about finding things at the right time. I think if you are a thrift collector, or you look for second-hand bargains, or you just visit charity shops just to see what's on the shelves, I think sometimes there's a sense of fatalism about it. The right doll comes to you at just the right time, and in amongst the selection of things I've got to show you in this video, there is one doll that I really felt she came to me at the right time for the right reasons. So it was a very stressful day at the beginning of the week, more doctor's appointments, more tests, really quite stressful, and I decided to bring some sunshine into a stressful day by going to visit the couple of charity shops that are right by my doctor's surgery. And I walked into the first one, and there on the shelf was a doll that made me gasp out loud, and I'm sure she was sent to me on that particular day to say, look for the magic, look for the golden bits in the day. Horrible, stressful morning, but look what's waiting for you. I'm going to show you her in a minute, but first of all let me show you some of the other things that I found. So one of the dolls that I found in one of the charity shops was this beauty. Now she was £2. She was right at the bottom of a box of toys. I didn't think there were any dolls at all in there, and then right at the bottom I found her, and I just think she's beautiful. Her hair needs sorting. She's got some glue seepage going on, so that's going to be the first time I've ever dealt with glue seepage, which will be a good learning curve, I think, as a doll collector. But when I got home and googled her, she's obviously some sort of dancing, spinning Barbie, because she's got these like ballet shoes that are joined on, and her arms are in this position to spin. Now when I came home and googled her, she's actually Barbie from the movie Barbie in the Pink Shoes, and she's Barbie as the character Kristen Faraday, and it said a transforming Barbie. So I looked again and realised that you can spin her and her waist clicks in so that you've got like this outfit with a bustle, and then if you spin again you've got her wearing a blue version of the skirt. So you've got three different outfits in one, and I just thought that that was just so magical and fantastic. So she was a fantastic and unexpected find, and I think for her the message on that day was just to keep dancing, just to keep spinning. And bad times are often transformative, aren't they? Stressful days, you get to the other end of them, and if you can mine them for gold or look for the magic in them, it's often a transformative process to go through. I think in my life I've learned absolutely the most from those moments that I thought would break me, and then you get to the other side and you look back and you've learned so many lessons in them. So to keep transforming, it's a hard thing to do sometimes, isn't it? I think we all love to hold on to the good times and hope that nothing ever changes, but change is the only thing I think that we can rely on. And she's just a lovely reminder on a tough day to go with the flow, to spin on the spot if you need to, and to change as and when is necessary. There's always the doll at the bottom of the box. There's always the golden moment. There's always gold there if you can just sift through the dirt long enough. So she came to me at just the right time. And then a nostalgia trip in the same box as her for £1.25. Very different for me. I got this Action Man. Now, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I was born in 1968, and Action Man was all the rage, and I grew up in a house with action men as well. He was £1.25. He is fantastic. He is very much a man's man. I mean, look at his boots. His boots are fabulous. Just for his boots, I think he's worth it. You know, he's got snap knees, he's got articulated hands, articulated wrists and elbows. He's just fabulous, I think. I have considered the thought of possibly turning one of my Barbies into, or some of my Barbies into Taylor Swift dolls for the Eras tour. I am a bit of a Swiftie, I'm afraid. Well, I am very much a Swiftie, not a bit of a Swiftie. And I wondered whether he might make a nice Travis Kelce. Who knows? It's just a thought mulling in the back of my mind. So I couldn't leave him behind. Also in the box I found a little Christmas jumper, little Dolly's Christmas jumper, which will be nice when I get to do all my Christmas videos in my Christmas jumpers. How nice to have a matching Christmas jumper for one of my Barbies. Right, what else? Oh, I also found this bag of stuff for £1.50. Now, I wasn't quite sure what was in there, and I recognised like the pattern and the plastic. When I got home, I realised immediately that it reminds me of my mini La La Loopsies, and that's exactly what is in there. It is some mini sets for La La Loopsies. So building sort of handmade dolls houses is something that I really want to get into. And what you've got in the bag, which I think was brilliant for just over £1, is there is this sort of haberdashery shop which comes with its own sewing machine, and you also get with the set a little sort of button chair which is made from like cotton thread. I just thought that was just such a lovely little set in its own right. These drawers open, well, that bottom drawer opens, so there's the chair and the sewing machine. What a lovely starter to go into, say, a craft room in a handmade doll's house. I mean, even if I decide not to use these little La La Loopsy dolls with it, I've got a few of these minis, and Tilly, my daughter, has got a few as well. But I just thought that was lovely. Even the back of the set is like this moulded plastic, which just gives this lovely effect. Just a really lovely little set. And the other one, equally as wonderful. In the other set, it came with a hairdressing set. So it comes with this sort of comb wall, which I thought was just so cute. And then a mirror, and it comes with 2 wigs on wig stands that are removable. Just really cute. I think it's obviously missing a drawer there, but I think you could just build something. It comes with a hairdryer as well. Isn't that fantastic? And best of all, it comes with an old-fashioned hair drying chair, which I can remember in all the hairdressers when I was a little girl. So I just think that is a beautiful piece. Again, its base is built with a cotton reel. It very much feels like kind of the borrower's house, where like found objects have been turned into things for their houses, like the comb as part of the structure of the wall, and like safety pins holding the canopy together. I just think they're really lovely and a really nice inspirational start, like I said, for possible mini dolls houses or dioramas that like could be added to and built on and adapted. And I think that is the way for me to go with my collection. I have actually spent so much money in February on with the lines finishing and racing to get dolls, that I think most of my year's budget is already spent. So it's going to be a lot of thrifting hauls for me moving forward, and a lot of creativity and slow play and calm doll collecting, which I love. Okay, another thing that I found which I thought was just wonderful, now this was only 50p, was this little church set, and I don't know if you can see, but it is actually a stained glass window at the back. Now I did find out what this belongs to. It did originally come with little frog figures in it. I'll put a picture of what it was originally here on the screen, and you can see the little figures that came with it. Of course, there are no frog figures with this one. It is just as you see it, but I just thought it was such beautiful quality. I don't really think that you can see the stained glass effect that well, but it's just got this beautiful stained glass window. And again, I thought for the inspiration for like a chapel room or a old church, this could go in there beautifully. So making dolls houses with part finds of other dolls houses and then joining them together with made things for 50p with a stained glass window, I just could not leave that. So that was another fantastic find. And then this one was £1. Now this is very incomplete. When I googled this, it's actually this Chelsea Playhouse, and although I do have a lot of Chelseas, I immediately saw it and saw this little basket here and thought of like a dog basket, and thought of this area on the roof being like a puppy play area, and I just immediately then in my mind saw it as a little dog rescue station with dogs playing up here and the staff making dog food down in the kitchen. It's got a door on the side. It's got a fridge which has no back to it, only the top bit opens. It's got a cooker that opens. Again, it's missing all of this back piece, but I could easily get pictures of dogs and things and make a back piece to slide in, no problem. It should have had a balcony here originally, but again, if I'm buying it for just £1 just to use as kind of like a frame inspirational piece to build something myself, then that's good enough for me. It's saving it and giving it a new lease of life. So I was excited about that one as well, even though it's all incomplete. Right, I've got 2 dolls left to show you now. So this Barbie was £1.50, and I just couldn't leave her in the shop because I loved this sort of more white platinum blonde hair, and I just thought her face was just so pretty. Look at her face. She does have a really interesting necklace on actually. She has, can you see the Barbie logo on that necklace, which is joined around her neck. It's not one that snaps on, so she might be a clue to who the doll is. So if you know who this platinum blonde, very beautiful girl is, she's got a 2010 stamp on her body, then do let me know. Now I bought her not only because I loved the face, but I bought her because I loved this jacket as well. Now when I tried to take it off to see if there were any markings on her, it's quite tight, and I thought that it might have come from a slightly smaller doll, and when I researched the top I found it on another doll. I'll put the image in here because I've totally forgotten it, from the Barbie and the Dream House set, so you can see it there in the pictures. So it's slightly tight on her, it does do up, but I just thought for the jacket and such a pretty doll, £1.50 was cool. So lastly, I'm going to show you the doll that really I think did come to me at the right time. She was the first thing I saw when I'd left the doctor's and walked into the first charity shop, which only has like a couple of shelves of toys. It's mostly like for furniture, and I walked in and she was just sat there. She was £3 and she made me gasp, and she turned my rather stressful morning into pure magic. And this is her. Look at her, isn't she beautiful? So of course this is a Mycene Kennedy. So when I googled her, she is called I think, Sailor Sweetie Ocean Chic Kennedy. And although her pigtails are a little bit messed up, it's still really as it would have come in box. I mean, she's even got her hat still on her head. I can't understand how she's still got all the pieces. From what I see, she is missing only, I think, possibly a little necklace and a bag. But apart from that, she is totally complete. I think completely and utterly stunning. I mean, look at her. She's got like the sort of navel tattoo on her top. I just think everything about her is gorgeous. Like I said, I actually gasped out loud when I saw her, and she was only £3, guys. So you see, if you wait and thrift, you can find these treasures. I mean, this for me is thrifting gold, to be honest. Am I seen almost complete in her outfit with hats and everything? That's thrifting gold right there, and it turned my whole day around. And I think that's the joy of thrifting. There is an element of fate about it. There is an element of things coming to you at just the right time. And yes, you can go 10 times and find nothing, and then that 11th time there's something there. And when I do find something like this, I always stop and think, why? Why now? Why did it happen today? Why did my doll come to me at this moment? I don't think there's things like synchronicities. I think things happen with set timing and with meaning if you're prepared to just pause and think about it. And I was having a tough time where I felt like the universe hadn't got me. And I think this was the universe saying, no, we've still got you. Here's Kennedy to walk the path with you and make it feel a bit sunnier today. And that's exactly what she did. So guys, thrifting, what a joy it is. Are you a doll thrifter? Do you buy thrifted dolls? Do you love saving dolls? What has been your thrifting gold lately? Or tell me down below what doll came to you at a perfect time and why. Or perhaps you're an inbox collector and you only buy new. Let me know as well. There's joys in it all. For me, this was thrifting gold this February. I absolutely loved it. In fact, while I'm talking about February thrifting, I did one more trip at the beginning of February, and I haven't showed you those dolls yet. Bear with me, I haven't finished yet. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I forgot to share these with you. So by the end of this video, you will see everything that I thrifted during February. But talk about dolls coming to you at the right time. Now, trigger warning, I'm going to just talk for the next minute about weight, because part of my health scare is linked to my weight and my very large weight gain over the last 4 years. And February was a wake-up call for me that it can't go on and that my health is damaged, and to part of that journey back to health for me is to lose weight. So February has been a dropping denial and getting onto a healthier path, and it's been tough. It's been a tough wake-up call, to be honest. But at the start of February, as I was facing up to demons and to reality and to truth and staring it fully in the face, I found this little bag of fat ladies. Oh my gosh, look at them, look. And they're all beautiful and they're all funky and wonderful. Their heads come off. There were 2 dolls in here. Well, there were 2 heads and then a number of different bodies. And I've looked and looked and looked. They're Mattel dolls, but I don't know what Mattel dolls they are. They're marked with Mattel. So if anybody knows what these beautiful round ladies are, then let me know. I've got another 4 bodies in there, so let's swap to some other bodies. and I just thought they were beautiful, and I thought these dolls are going to be perfect to absolutely pour love onto, and almost like pouring love onto the bigger version of me, because we're valid and beautiful at any size, even though society tries very hard to make us not believe that. And all the reasons that I ate were just sheer protection and self-survival. So I mustn't forget that either and be hard on myself. But look at them, aren't they fantastic? So they came to me at just the right time. So a doll to throw love onto that part of me that ate and ate and ate in chaos and a nightmare to stay safe. I'm finding a better way now, yes, out of necessity for my health as well. But these ladies will keep me from berating the past version of me that chose a different path. So I think, guys, our dolls are really good for that. They can come to us at the right time to remind us to love ourselves in all our versions. We're only human, aren't we? We don't get things right all the time. Sometimes we make drastic wrong decisions. Sometimes we go for decades down the wrong path. Sometimes we let the voices of others control us. And I think we have to learn to forgive ourselves and do the next best thing. And this one as well, I forgot to show you this doll. Isn't she beautiful? Now, I did pay £6 for her. They did know that she was a monster high. I think she's just wonderful. So February, what with all the mermaids dolls I bought, it was a bit of a mermaid doll month for me. So she is a monster high. I've completely forgotten her name. Is it Venus? Oh, it might start with a V, it might not start with a V. I will put it up on the screen here. But oh, she's gorgeous. Look at that face. So she's got this amazing lilac hair. She's got these lovely tendrils she's holding. I couldn't believe finding a monster high. I think this is, yeah, it is possibly the first monster high I've ever found thrifting. So she was a bargain. My last doll is actually on my doll altar in my bedroom. And I just read a comment from one of you lovely lot that said, where have your Enchantimals gone? And I said, oh, they're in my bedroom now. And the new doll I bought, although she's not an Enchantimal, she's set up on the Enchantimal altar. So I'm going to take you now through to my bedroom when I'm going to show you the last doll that I thrifted in February. So come with me. So here in my bedroom, on top of my writing bureau, I have some of my Enchantimal collection set up. You can see there's all things mixed in. I tell stories with this altar and then I pull tarot cards around it. There are Enchantimals, there are Monster High dolls on here, there are some vintage dolls as well. It is all of a mishmash and it tells a story because of that. But the doll that I found is this one up on top here. Look, so this is Poppy. She is a singing Poppy that I just thought summed up this idea of keeping the magic in the days, even when they're tough. Of all the characters that sum that up, Poppy is the character. So she has a little button on her tummy. She completely lights up when you press her.
Hugs are the best.
Oh my gosh, I just love her.
Always let your true colors shine. Everything is just cupcakes and rainbows.
So I am a real troll fan. She's one of my favourite characters. In fact, behind me are the rest of my Enchantimals characters and dolls and animals, which also sit with my troll collection. Hang on, let me show you. That is literally my Poppy doll singing behind me. That's so funny. But you can see in this cabinet on the other side of my bedroom, not only, and it needs tidying, look, I've got things that need to go in there, but I have the rest of my Enchantimals collection. Can you hear my doll still talking behind me? So you can see I've got little setups here for the rest of my Enchantimals. And then down here I have another Poppy doll there, and I have a collection of trolls that are both vintage and troll figures from the movie as well. My son's troll collection has come in here. He wants those somehow kept separate, so oh, bye-bye, our doll's talking to us behind me. So that's where my Enchantimals and Trolls collection are. So she just seemed, for a couple of pounds, such a lovely addition to the top of the cottage, and she just sits so perfectly up on the top there, and I love her dearly. So that's my last thrifted doll of February. So guys, thank you so much for watching and for listening to me talk about my thrifted dolls for February and my thrifted play sets. I think I spent probably about £20 all in all on these dolls, which I think is an absolute bargain. And thank you so much for listening to me talk about dolls coming to us at the right time. I think there is something there for all us doll collectors to keep an eye on. Why has a surprise doll come to you at that time? Next time it happens to you, sit with that thought and ask that question. You might be surprised what you find. So thanks guys, and I'll see you next time in the doll room. Bye.